what's up guys? I'm back. Today I wanted to talk about, should you turbo your stock Honda Civic? Now this is a question I've been asked so many times I can't even count. I think it really boils down to a couple of things. Thing number one, is this your only car? If this is your only car and you can't afford to be without a car for a while, and there's a possibility that it'll like cause you to lose your job or something like that, I don't necessarily recommending this car for a turbo unless you prepare ahead of time, maybe build the motor or do some other more major things, but definitely not stock. I wouldn't recommend. Thing number two, you have to realize that there is always the possibility that the engine won't handle the power that you're putting to it. I think like a good stock recommendation for like a normal Honda Civic, single cam, maybe a little over 200 or around that ballpark. B series can probably handle 300 or a little over 300. But even at these power levels with, like anything from eBay to decent turbo parts, it doesn't really make a difference as long as that's the power level you hit. At these levels, you do have to realize that everything with the car has to stay basically perfect even after a good tune or it will blow up. So say you're driving around and you're a little low on gas, it can cause a detonation. That could blow it up. If you have too many people in the car and go flying down the freeway in a high gear, that could blow it up. If you're driving up a hill and get fuel slosh, that can blow it up. There's so many different things that could blow it up. If you're a little bit low on oil or your spark plugs are bad and you start misfiring, that could blow it up. I've seen like a million different ways. The Honda pistons aren't very strong. That's definitely the weak point on a stock turbo engine. It's not probably gonna lift the head. It's probably not gonna crack the sleeve right away. It's almost always going to break a ring landing first, and really not a lot you can do about that. So as long as you're aware of the situation and realize that even on a perfect tune, if you don't pay a lot of attention to what you're doing with the car and how you're using it, that driver error or like operator error essentially can cause it to blow up. So that's one thing to consider. Another thing you might want to think about if you're going to turbo your stock Honda is, in the area you live in, are you gonna have to do your inspection, sometime soon? And if you are, what does that require? In some states, it's totally okay to turbo the car. In some states, it's totally not. You probably just want to look at that and be aware of what's going on before you start investing money into a turbo project. You also, you're going to go buy these parts, you're getting ready to put them on the car, you get everything bolted on and then fire the car up. No, once you get to this point, you're probably going to need somebody to put it on a dyno and calibrate it for you. So you're gonna wanna look into somewhere in the area, make sure there's somebody that can dyno tune your car and that it can run properly from the jump. Because the longer amount of time you run that car boosted without a good tune in it, like every time you go drive it, even just the littlest bit, it's like a possibility to already damage the car to where you finally get to a dyno or a dyno tuner and they can't even save it because you've already cracked a ring landing and it's already smoking out the valve cover and the tailpipe and whatnot. So keep that in mind. I'm trying to think of what else that I would worry about if I was going to turbo my stock car. I think I might make a whole nother video on whether it's okay to turbo your car with eBay parts or not. I've got a lot of experience with tuning cars like that, and I do have some opinions. Anyway, if you like this little video, these are just my midweek ones. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. We're going to do a bunch of more little tutorials and talks about all different kinds of things you might want to do to your car. So I hope this information helps, and I'll see you guys in the next one.